This tutorial looks at some basic sales analysis. The assignment that we're going to look at is using a fictional corporation, J&J Corporation, and we're going to try to evaluate how that company's been performing over a 5-year period. So the information that's given to you in this scenario is provided in a table, which gives sales data for the company for 5 years and industry sales for that same period. And we're going to compare the company's performance to industry performance. So I've just switched over to a spreadsheet which will help see the formulas and summarize the numbers a little bit better. We're first going to look at comparing the company's performance year over year. So has the company's sales improved from one year to the next? So we have nothing for 2007, so we can't compare 2008 to see what's happened. So the first year that we can look at comparatively is how did the company perform in 2009 versus 2008. And this basic year-over-year comparison formula is used frequently just to see how things have changed. Did we grow? Did we not grow? And really by how much? So in the period from 2009 to 2008, the company's sales did increase. If we take the difference between the sales in 2009, subtract 2008, and then divide by our base year, that's the year that we're comparing to, 2008, we end up with a 4.31% increase. Had the company's sales actually declined from 2009 to 2008, the difference between these two numbers here would have been negative, and then our percentage would have also been negative. That same formula has been applied for 2010 over 2009, 11 over 2010, and so on and so on. So that we can see each year from 2009 to 2012, the company's sales increased, but the rate at which they have been increasing is actually in decline. Every year they're growing by less and less. Overall, from 2008 to 2012, the company's sales have grown by 14.34%. So to understand whether or not this is a good thing, we need to have something to compare it to give some context. And so now we're going to look at what's happened in the industry. The first number that we calculate is the performance from 2008 to 2009 in the industry at large, and we see there was a huge increase, 82%. So while J&J was growing by 4%, the industry itself was growing by 82%. This would indicate that J&J has done something where they have actually lost ground. In 2010, the industry grew again, not by so much, but did grow by 23%. Growth continued to slow in 2011 and then picked up again in 2012. Overall, the 5-year period, we see the industry grew by nearly 225%. So J&J were growing at 14%. The industry grew at nearly 225%. This invariably impacts market share because the company wasn't keeping pace with the industry. So if we look to the market share calculations, we see that trend as well. Now to calculate market share, we take the company's sales for any given year, divide by the industry sales, and we end up with their market share percentage. So they started with a 12.97% market share in 2008, and this steadily declined as the market grew, or the industry grew, and they did not, until in 2012 their market share was only 4.57%, an overall decrease of 64.77%. So if we go back to the question, that table has been inserted as part of the answer as well as a conclusion. What's important here is that the information that you've calculated describes what's happened but doesn't say why. We have to do further analysis in order to find out what's going on. This is a symptom of a problem. Now we need to find out what the problem is.